Hello and welcome to Spirit Island with Jonathan. I am Jonathan, and in this series we are going to play some games of Spirit Island. We are going to play solo games, one board, one adversary, and one spirit. Before we start, let's see some statistics where I'm at. I have played some roughly 50 games so far, and mostly against Prussia and Sweden. I have played some games against the other adversaries, but only with more players. So this will be the first time I do a solo game here. I will start with England and I will start with Lightning. So let's get started. A new game. And I will play, like I said, we'll start with England. And which level are we going to tackle? Well, I think we are going to try to start at the highest level and see if that works, and if not, we'll maybe make it a little bit easier. They have extra health, and I think this is not that difficult for us. Our spirit is, let's select him first. Our spirit is mostly about destroying towns and cities, not doing actually damage. So maybe this extra damage that England has is not that big of a problem. And what else does England have? He have extra builds, of course, both from high immigration and from the stage 2 escalation and the independent resolve, where we have to get a fear card every turn. Otherwise he will get the build from high immigration twice. So we need to remember that. And he can also build in empty lands as a significant threat, of course. So it will be very difficult to prevent the builds. So that's England, and we are going to try to tackle him at the highest level, and we will use expansions. We will use all the cards from all the expansions, and we will also use events, and we will use blight cards, of course. We will not use any scenario for now. This series is going to be just the base scenario and on the balanced board. So let's get started. England versus Lightning. So how are we going to play this spirit? First, let's see how we are going to open. We have some options. Of course, we have the presence, 2 presence to get 4 card plays, and this second level of the Thundering Destruction innate is one of the most important ones, I think, to get running, to start destroy cities. So for that we need 4 card plays, and we need a bit of energy. So this is one opening, you add presence to get energy, and then your second turn you add 2 more presence to get 4 card plays. And in these 2 turns you can choose what to play from this card. Usually maybe it's best to wait until the second turn and not play anything the first turn, so that we can play 3 cards the next turn and destroy 2 towns. 1 town from this first level of this innate and 1 town from Shatter Homesteads. So that's my usual strategy with this spirit. Another option is to play the third growth option, add a presence, gain some energy, and get 3 card plays, and play to play Harbingers of the Lightning, Lightning Spoon, and Shatter Homesteads in the first turn. That will give us the first level of the innate immediately, and that means two towns that we can destroy in the very first turn. That only gives us 1 presence, and we have used all our cards, but it will be a strong opening, a rush opening if you so wish, that can be useful to hinder him from exploring. So let's see. We will start and look at the initial explore where he will start.
Initial explore. Wetlands.
So he will start in the wetlands. So now we have to consider which of those two options are best for this game. We can see that he has a lot of invaders towards the coast. That seems like it could be useful to kill this town then, to clear the inner lands. We also have an interesting situation here with a Ravage coming up next turn, and we have some Dahan, and we can also reinforce those Dahan with additional Dahans. We can get up to 4 Dahans in here with Harbingers. That is interesting. We can set up a counterattack here, maybe. Of course, we will need to sacrifice some Dahan, but that could get rid of the city. If we could get rid of the city and this town, it looks like we have a pretty clear board and many lands that he cannot explore to. So that is an idea. What else? Well, we could play some energy, but yeah, then we will not get rid of this town, and he can explore to jungles or mountains and so forth. I think in this particular situation I'm going to try to kill this town and maybe kill that town that is going to build here in land 1, and then try to set up a counterattack against this city. So let's do that.
Grow phase.
Grow phase, I will choose grow option number 3. Add a presence and get 3 energy, and we will add this presence so we get 3 card plays. We will add it in the center to get as much options as possible with our targeting. I really want to add it here, but this one only has 1 range. But that's good enough, I think. And let's go to card plays.
Play powers.
So we will play Shatter Homesteads, Lightning Spoon, and Harbingers of the Lightning. This will allow us to move in some Dahan, and this can kill one of the towns. And this we need to get the first level innate.
Fast powers.
So we can make something fast with this. We can make them fast anyway because we have air. So this doesn't really matter. This is a pretty useless card for us. It is just good for the elements most of the time, but sometimes it can be useful. So let's see, we want to kill this town, so we use this one, we make this fast, and we can kill this town. 1 fear. And this Shatter Homesteads, we can make it fast, but let's wait until he has built already, so we can kill this town. And we can push up to 2 Dahan, but we can also do that in the slow phase. So I don't see any reason why we should do this in the fast phase. Let's just keep them where they are. Okay, I think I'm done, and let's see what he does.
Build wetlands.
Of course, this first turn he doesn't do so much. No event card according to the rules, and no build Ravage here. No High Mitigation, no Ravage, but just the ordinary build. So he will build a town, and he will build a town.
Explore. Sands.
And he will explore in sands.
Slow powers.
So then we have our slow powers, and yeah, let's kill that town. 1 fear from this, and 1 fear from the town. And then we can push our 2 Dahan. And one fear if you pushed any Dahan into a land with town or cities. So that is what we did, so we get another fear. And I think that's turn number 1.
Time passes. Grow phase.
So we are at the grow phase again, and let's see. He's going to ravage here, it's going to be a blight, he will kill 2 Dahan, and then the remaining 2 Dahan will counterattack and kill the city. Now he's going to build here and here at the sands. We don't really want him to build here. Can we stop that? We really don't want him to get hold of the inner lands again. So if we can prevent that build, that would be good. Of course, we have this Raging Storm. We could play 2 presence to get 2 energy. And that means we have 1 energy already. That means we have enough energy to play this to kill that guy, if we so wanted. We can also place 1 presence, of course, and do the same. But in that case, probably 2 presence is better. Alternatively, we could reclaim and get a minor power. But it's a bit risky to play reclaim so early to get stuck in this reclaim loop. We probably need to add a presence. Question is, do we play Raging Storm or do we play nothing at all? Is it worth 3 energy to kill that Explorer? Well, it will prevent that build, which then will ravage and threaten my presence. And also this town can explore to the next land. This build here is difficult to prevent. Even if I kill this explorer, he would of course build anyway, because he have two adjacent towns or cities before the build action. This is the first rule of England, so we cannot really prevent that build, but we can prevent this one. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to waste some energy here to get rid of that build. So we will place 2 presence from the top track. First we add a presence at 2 range. We can add him here. This is where I want my sacred site. We always want to build in sacred site, of course, because we have both this Thundering Destruction and the Shatter Homesteads requires those sacred sites. So let's get a sacred site here. Now we have access to the whole island with our powers. So that's the growth phase. Let's play some powers.
Play powers.
And with powers I mean only Raging Storm. That's the only power I have left. But it is good enough.
Fast powers.
Now we have an air, so we can make this fast. Let's do that, and let's play it immediately to kill that poor explorer. A bit overkill, but at least we got rid of that town there that he was going to build.
Event.
So we have our first event. Let's see what he can come up with. Outpaced. Humanity has always been faster than you, but the invader's terrifying speed catches you off guard. Each spirit chooses independently for each of their slow power cards played this turn. So let's see. We have played Raging Storm, but it is a fast power now. We made it fast. I think this means that we cannot discard this. I mean, we have already played it. It would be silly if we could discard it and get the energy. So unfortunately, that means we haven't really played any slow powers. Otherwise, we would have some nice energy here. I think this is how it works. So nothing happens here. Let's move on. On each board, add 1 disease. Ignore disease during builds this invader phase. That's really nice. Disease this early on can really help. So we need to decide where to put it. We can put it anywhere we want. Let's see what happens next. In each spirit chooses a different land where the Han outnumbers towns and cities. Each the Han there does 1 damage. That is interesting. That means we can kill the city, doesn't it? Yeah, that should work. We outnumber the cities here and we do 4 damage. So this city is gone, which saves us a blight and it saves us to the Han. That's a really good event for us, to say the least. Okay, so this city is gone. Where do I want to put the disease then? Where do I want to put the disease? He will build here next turn in the high immigration. So we could put the disease there and prevent that. But I'm not sure I want to do that, because this is a good place for him to build his proud and mighty capital. He will soon start escalating, and then he will build in the land that has the most towns and cities. And it is usually a good idea to try to get his mighty capital out of the way in some corner. So let's not put the disease here, let him build here. Instead, let's see what's coming up here. He will explore and he will get either jungles or mountains. So I think I will put the disease in some of these lands. Hopefully he will never reach this land. This will be gone. So he won't explore here, but he can explore here and here. He will build here first, so he will explore here or here. So of those 2 lands, I think this is a little bit better, because the Han has a tendency to die when they live among diseases. Okay, so that's the lingering plagues, and now raised in force will kill this city. 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. And 2 fear. Yeah, remember the England have an extra health, so all cities is 4 health and each town is 3 health. Now this explorer will die, of course, soon from the ravage. Let's move on to our first fear card.
Fear.
The Han threaten. We are at level 1, and this say each player adds 1 strife in a land with the Han. So I guess that means we can put a strife on this city here. That's really nice. Yeah, that's actually very, very nice to have this strife and this is disease so quickly in turn 2. This strife means that we can maybe push some of the Hans in here and kill off that city pretty soon. Yeah. So that's the fear card. Very nice, thank you.
Ravage. Wetlands.
So we have a ravage. He will do 1 damage to 1 the Han and he will be dead. And here he will have a blight, and that's the ravage.
Build. Sands.
So he will build and he will not build because of our raging storm previously.
Explore. Jungles.
And he will explore in jungles. Let's add some explorers.
Slow powers.
We do not have any slow powers.
Time passes. Grow phase.
So we are at turn number 3. So where are we at? We have a pretty good opening. I think we have managed to keep most of the inland clear here. He is coming back, but we have diseases that prevent him from building. So what is he going to do this turn? Well, let's see. First he's going to do some high immigration builds, and he will build here because of 2 adjacent towns and cities. He will even build here twice as it is now, because we do not have any fear cards as presently. So we are looking at 2 builds here, we are looking at 2 builds here. Then we are looking at a Ravage in the Sands, which will blight and kill 1 presence. And then he will build, well, he will not build, but he will remove the diseases. So that is what he's going to do. And we can probably not allow that. We cannot just simply add more presence and pretend nothing is happening. So we probably have to reclaim, gain energy and gain a power card. Now we are probably going to take minor powers. Well, we're absolutely going to take minor powers, probably the whole game. And what we are looking for here is something with fire. Something with fire that preferably doesn't cost any energy, so that we can get this second level going. If I have that and 3 energy, I cannot play it this turn because I need 4 card plays, but in the future it would be nice to have a fire with 0 cost. So let's see if we can find that. We actually found 2 cards with fire and 0. We, for what is lost, also have a water. That's very interesting because we need water for the 3rd level. We have 1 card with water, but it's very expensive, and we don't usually want to play this card. So that means Weep for what is lost is a much better alternative. It also gives fear. 1 fear per type of invader, and it actually can give up to 3 fear. And we have a blight here, and it will build a city. So that's actually 3 fear this turn if we wanted. Pretty nice. And it can also push up to 1 explorer or town per blight. Okay, so this is a really nice card for us. It has the elements and it has fear, which is very good. Fear is always nice. Savage Moorbeast, do some damage. We are not really looking for damage, so I think we will take Weep for what is lost. It's a pretty easy pick, I think. So let's play some powers.
Play powers.
So what do we want to do here? Well, we probably want to kill this town, so that he cannot get his high immigration builds up in land 1. So this one is a priority, and we also kind of want to kill this town so that he doesn't ravage and both blight and kill our presence. If we kill our presence here, it means we don't have a sacred site anymore, which is needed for powers. So luckily, I think we can kill both those towns in the fast phase. We have Shatter Homesteads and we can reach the 1st level. So that is what we have to do. So let's play this one. And then we have 1 more energy. So we can play, we probably want to play this one for the fear. And then we have either of these. We really want to play this if possible. This one is, like I said, less useful. So let's see if we can play this one and push some Dahan into land 2 maybe, and set up a counterattack for next turn. He will ravage. We can maybe kill that other city there. So can we play this? Let's see. We need to play this fast. That's the problem. We only have 2 air. But that's enough to make this fast, and it's enough to make this fast. But it is not enough to make also this fast. We really want 4 fear here, doesn't we? Before the fear card resolution. Because if we do not produce a fear card, he will build twice. He will build twice. That means a city and a town here. But this only gives 2 fear and this gives 1 fear. That's 3 fear in the fast phase. But oh well, I think that's what we're going to have to do anyway. So let's make this fast and that fast.
Fast powers.
So we play this and kill one of them. 2 fear because of this fear here and the town. And then we play this and kill that town. 1 fear. Now we have only 1 city and town in this land, which means he cannot build here. So that's why I destroyed that town. Okay, and that's our fast powers.
Event.
So we have our second event. Overconfidence. If you have any earned fear card, discard 2 of them now. We do not have any earned fear card. Otherwise, move 2 earned fear markers per player to the top of the fear pool. So we lose 2 fear. Anyway, let's see what happens here. Or add 1 beast to a land adjacent to a beast. Then destroy 1 Dahan in a land with beast. I guess we can add a beast here. And then we can destroy 1 Dahan in a land with beast, but we do not have any such Dahan. So let's move on. When invaders ravage, if the land has both Dahan and presence, defend 5. He will ravage in sands, but there are no Dahan there, so that's not going to affect anything. So let's move on to the build phase.
Build. Wetlands.
So we did not get any fear cards, unfortunately, and he will build. He will not build here, but he will build a city here, and then he will build again, and that will be a town.
Ravage. Sands.
So he will ravage, but we killed his town here, so he does not do enough damage, and this is empty.
Build. Jungles.
His jungle builds will remove the diseases, but nothing else.
Explore. Jungles.
So first we have an escalation on each board with town and cities built in the land with the most towns and cities. So he is going to build another city here, and that the escalation, and then he have the explore, explore and explore. Well, actually, no, he won't be able to explore this. He does not have any towns there, so that's good.
Slow powers.
And then we have the slow powers. Let's see, we have weep for what is lost, 1 fear per type of invader present. Now we have 3 types, so that is a whopping 3 fear. Really nice. And then we can push up to 1 explorer or town. Do we want to do that? We have the option to push something here. Do we want to do that? Let's see, he's going to build in the sands. I think he will do that no matter what we do, but more importantly, he will ravage here. He has 2 explorers here. We could add another explorer and maybe try to Raging Storm those explorers. He will ravage so that we doesn't blight. We could, this turn we could add some Dahan, and then the Dahan can take care of the city without any exploring intervening. That seems like a good idea. So let's do that with that was weep for what is lost, push up to 1 explorer, and then we can play Harbingers of the Lightning to move in some Dahan here. 2 Dahan and 1 fear.
Time passes. Grow phase.
So now we have some options. We could add 2 presence, get up to 5 card plays. We have 3 energy to play Raging Storm, kill off those explorers. He will ravage here and the city will die. Then he will build here, and he will also build here. Won't build here. So we are looking at 3 builds. We are looking at 3 builds and no blight. Because we can make this fast, kill off those explorers. So that seems like a reasonable idea. We could also, of course, we could reclaim, gain another power card, gain 1 energy. Then we can play, we can still play Raging Storm, but then can also play Harbingers to push a Dahan in here and kill off that explorer in the Ravage phase. That means he will not build. So that's also a bit tempting, because then he will not get access to the inner lands. You can keep them clear. The reason I'm thinking maybe doing that, it might seem silly. Why should I reclaim? I have a perfect opportunity to play 2 presence. But I could also, if I reclaim, I get 1 power card, I play 3 cards. That means I have 3 cards left that I haven't played. And 3 cards is enough to destroy 1 town. So I could reclaim this turn and next turn play 2 presence. And when I place those 2 presence, I have 3 cards to play and have a decent turn, even though I did not reclaim. If I play 2 presence now, this turn will be, it will just kill the explorers and not so much else. So the question is he more powerful now or next turn? I think if we can kill this explorer, that would be beneficial. And this will be gone. And this will be gone, and I have time to explore or to grow next turn instead. I think I will do that. Let's try that. We gain another minor power card. And we got another 0 fire card, and it also have air. I'm not going to even think about the other cards, because this is exactly what we need. We need exactly that. So let's not even think about that. Just take that one and let's move on.
Play powers.
So the plan is to play Raging Storm and Harbingers to take care of this problem and to take care of this problem. And then we have probably we will play something else to get another town destruction. And let's see, it doesn't really matter what I play here. I have 1 energy, so I cannot play Shatter Homesteads, but I could play, for example, Weep for What Is Lost. Let's see, what is this? It does add Beast. If target land has Beast, push up to 2 explorers. So I could push that explorer, but it doesn't really matter because he will build there anyway, won't he? Because of the 2 adjacent towns or city rules. So that just basically adds a beast. And this is 2 fear right now. It's not bad, 2 fear. This is pretty useless. So I think from those options, I think I will prefer the fear. So let's do that. That means we have the innate and the 1 town to be destroyed.
Fast powers.
So we can make 2 things fast, and we will have to make this fast and this fast. And we need this fast because we need to push this Dahan into here to kill off that explorer to prevent that build. And 1 fear if we pushed any Dahan into a land with town or cities, but it's not a town or city, so there is no fear for us. And this one will of course kill the explorers and 1 damage to the city. And I think that's it for the fast phase.
Event.
Lesser spirits imperiled. The invaders' spread is threatening many of the island's smaller spirits. You may 10 to your own strength. We gain 1 energy. We remove some blight from the blight card and destroy Adahan. Or we can forge a web of mutual support. Cost 4 energy per player, aided by plant. Well, we don't have any plants and we do not have 4 energy, so we don't really have a choice. We have to 10 to our own strength. So we gain 1 energy. We discard a minor power card from the deck. And let's see, of course, we get a plant and we have to remove 1 blight from the blight card, return it to its box. And we also got an animal, so we have to destroy Adahan in a land with blight. Okay, we remove a blight and we destroy 1 Dahan, but we do not have any Dahan, fortunately, in a land with blight, so that does not apply. Okay, I think that's it, and then we continue. Quit the farmed lands. On each board, push 1 beast to a land without town or cities. 1 fear if explorers are present there. So we can push this beast here and get 1 fear, or we can push this beast here and get a fear. So which is best? Let's see what he's going to do next. On each board, gather 1 or 2 Dahan into a land with Dahan setup symbols. Okay, so we can move some more Dahans in here maybe. But what about the beast then? Well, this one is going to die from the ravage, so I think I would prefer to keep the beast nearby. So let's move a beast here, I think, and get 1 fear. And on each board gather 1 or 2 into a land. So let's move these 2 here, where they will do more use. Let's get into the action. Okay. And that's it.
Fear.
Depart the dangerous land. We are at fear level 1. Each player removes 1 explorer from a land with beast, disease, or at least 2 Dahan. So that means this poor guy dies, I guess. Yeah. That doesn't really matter. I mean, he will still build.
Build. Sands.
Because of the 2 adjacent towns and cities. So he will build here. He won't build twice because we did a fear card. So only 1 build.
Ravage. Jungles.
So he will ravage here and 1 damage to the Dahan and die on the counterattack. And here they will counterattack even though he has strife. And they will do 10 damage. That's plenty to kill that city. 2 fear.
Build. Jungles.
And he will build here and he will not build here. Again, because of the rule, 2 adjacent towns.
Explore. Mountains.
So he will explore, but he will not explore here. So we have been doing a good job here to keep the inlands clean. That it has prevented a lot of exploration. Oh, we forgot the escalation, right? So we should build 1 time here also. And I think the next objective would be to try to get the innate going here.
Slow powers.
But before that we have Weep for what is lost, and that means we will have we could push this one, get 1 fear and push this one, or we could get 2 fear. let's see, do we need to push him? Not really, because yeah, while we will get rid of his explorer, he can still build because of the 2 towns. Maybe. But where do we want to push him then? Could push him here or out here maybe. Or we take the 2 fears. Maybe it is just I think I will go with the fear. Let's go with an extra fear. Oops. Yeah. And then we can destroy a town. And we can destroy this town. Because he will build a city here. Otherwise, if we kill it, he will build a town. Otherwise, he will build a city. Next turn is a bit ugly. He will build a city and ravage immediately. Even if I kill him, he will build a town and ravage immediately. But I guess it's better that he builds a town than he builds a city. So let's remove this one. So that was the innate. And yeah, so far so good. It looks pretty good actually, I think.
Time passes. Grow phase.
So let's see, our plan now was to play these 3 and put out 2 presents. And I think this is a good opportunity to grow. We will add 1 presence here to get our sacred site, and we have another presence. We want another presence somewhere, maybe here. In case we lose a presence, we still have our sacred site, so we have a buffer. I think that's usually better than to put a presence somewhere in the empty lands where they don't really do anything. It's good to have some extra health. So that's our growth phase.
Play powers.
And then we play our powers.
Fast powers.
So this doesn't matter, we can make something fast, but we have air anyway. So let's see, do we want to kill something in the fast phase here? He will not build here and he will not ravage, but he will build and ravage here, but we cannot really prevent that. So the question is, do we need to kill that town now or later? Well, let's see how it is with fear. We are almost at 2nd level. We need 3 more fears, and if we can manage to do that in the fast phase, that means we will get a 2nd level fear card. So how many fear do we have? We have 1, 2, and we have 3. So we have actually 3 fear. So let's do that absolutely. We make this fast, and we make this fast, and I guess we kill this one, 2 fear, and we use this, we make this fast, and we kill one of those. So we have reached 2nd level, that's excellent. So we have 2 fear cards at 2nd level. I'm very happy about that. So let's see, Swarming Wasps. This is a fast card, we have to play it now. Add 1 beast. So where do we want the beast? We cannot place it in the land with blight, otherwise it would be nice to put it here, but we cannot. And where will he explore? Let's see, he has played the jungles and mountains, so it will be a wetlands, sands or coastal. Wetlands, sands or coastal. He won't explore here. Here we have beasts. Here we cannot place, so I guess we will place him here.
Event.
So we have another event. We have Healthy Island, tight-knit communities. For the rest of the turn, towns and cities have +1 health. Okay, let's try to remember that. And what else? Each beast destroys one explorer. Add one beast to a board without one. That does not affect us. On each board, add one Dahan to a coastal land with Dahan. So we get another Dahan.
Fear.
So we have a second fear level fear card. Remove one explorer or town from a land with Badlands, Wilds, or Dahan. That does not apply. Yeah, nothing here. And what do we have here? Invaders do not build in lands where Dahan outnumber towns or cities. Now that's useful actually. That means he won't build here. He would have done that otherwise. It's actually really good because we prevent that Ravage also, which prevent the Blight, which prevent the Blighted Island. So yeah, that fear card worked for us. So here he won't also build, but I think he will build there anyway, right? So it doesn't matter.
Build jungles.
So no build here because of the fear card, and no build there.
Ravage jungles.
And no Ravage.
Build mountains.
So we have a build here and no build here.
Explore sands.
And we have some explorers. And we have an escalation. That means another town.
Slow powers.
Slow powers, we do not have any slow powers.
Time passes. Grow phase.
So I think it is time to try to kill some cities. And let's see, how much energy do we have? If we reclaim, we get 4 energy, which is plenty enough to play 5 cards. We actually only need 3 energy. So let's do that. Let's see, we have Territorial Strife, the only card with fire. It has 0 cost, pretty good. It has Strife, it's pretty good. Even though it can only be played in a city, it's a bit difficult, but maybe it's good enough. You usually want to play the Strife on a city anyway. I think this is, it doesn't have air or water, but it's good enough. It's best of the bunch, I think, for us anyway, because it has fire mainly, and because it's 0 cost. That is what we are looking for.
Play powers.
4 energy, so let's see, we need to play these 5. That should be enough, yes, to get 2 cities destroyed. Can we play something else here? We could maybe... Yeah, the only change we can make is we can play this instead of this. Damage to each invader or kill a town. Which basically means do we want to kill a town or do we want to kill an explorer? Do we want to kill a town or do we want to kill an explorer? Well, we're going to kill those 2 cities for sure with the innate thundering destruction. And this town we need to kill because of the Ravage. So I think it's gonna be a Shatter Homesteads. Do we have any other option? We have a Weep for what is lost. We could push that town away. Of course, that's another way to handle that town. But where do we want to push him? We do not want to push him here. We could push him here or something like that. Or here. That's an option. Then the Ravage is not so dangerous. And we could maybe use Raging Storm to take care of this Explorer. So that he does not explore more here. Let's see, what was he going to do next turn? It's a wetland or coastal. So it doesn't really matter. This does not matter. He will explore at the coast, no matter what I do. So that's not a big problem. So let's do this then. Let's just keep it simple and kill the town.
Fast powers.
We can make 2 powers fast. That means we can make everything fast. Let's do that. We make this fast, and well, we can wait with this a bit and see if we need to make them fast. But first, this one, yeah, we need fear. So let's kill those 2 cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we need to kill this one. 2 fear. And now we have our fear card, and we have solved that problem. He will still build here, and he will build here, and he will build here. But that's okay. We can add a beast, or we can push some explorer. Again, it doesn't really matter if we push this guy, he will still build. So I think we will add a beast here maybe, and hope that this beast can take care of that explorer. Maybe if we have lucky in an event or fear, that will prevent this build. Yeah, let's move on. I think. Do we want to do something else? Do we need more fear? No really priority to play that. We could push some Dahan and kill this one. Or we could push some Dahan in here to get a fear and set up a counterattack. Soon there will be a wetland or coastal next turn. And then he will build, and then he will ravage in the wetlands. So we could get that started. Or we could push them in here and set up a counterattack in the sands that will ravage next turn. But if so, maybe it will be better to do that in the slow phase to get the fear, because he will build a town first. So let's wait with that and see where we want to play it. No rush.
Event.
Event. We are still healthy. Urban development. During the next normal ravage, each city does +2 damage. Okay. On each board, add 1 disease. Ignore diseases during builds this invader phase. Interesting. We have another disease, but we cannot use it this phase. So he will build in the sands. And then he will build in mountains. Okay, so he will build. Can I add him here maybe, so that he does not build next turn here? Or we can add it in the wetlands so that he does not build there. He will explore there soon. But maybe, yeah, I think next turn he will build in mountains, and we have an explorer here that we haven't taken care of, so let's add a disease here. And then we have Fierce Mean. 1 fear per land with invaders where Dahan outnumbers. Well, we do not have any such lands. Okay, let's move on.
Fear.
Fear level 2. Each player chooses a different coastal land. In each, gather up to 1 Dahan, 1 damage per Dahan. So we can make 1 damage somewhere, but we have to choose a coastal land. Now I wished I had pushed those Dahan in here already, but that's too late. But maybe, yeah, I could move 1 Dahan make 1 damage. Oh, that doesn't matter, right? We cannot kill anything in the slow phase anyway. So do we want to do that? I'm not sure. Maybe, yeah, why not? Let's do 1 damage. If we get a Han in here, maybe we can push 2 more and set up a defense here. Okay.
Build jungles.
So he will build in jungles because of 2 adjacent towns, but no build here.
Ravage mountains.
And the Ravages does nothing.
Build sands.
So he will build towns.
Explore wetlands.
So first we have the escalation, which means a city. And he will explore and explore.
Slow powers.
So yeah, we have this weep for what is lost, 1 fear. Again, we will probably play it here to get 3 fear, and then we can push 1 explorer or town if we so wish. Do we want to do that? He will ravage here. And more importantly, he will build here. But we will take care of that with the disease. So maybe we want to remove that explorer maybe in here. So that when we set up this counterattack, we don't want really fight against explorers. That doesn't give us anything. So let's move the explorers out of the kill zone. And what we have next, we have Harbingers of the Lightning, push up to 2 Dahan. So let's move in some Dahan and 1 fear from that. Okay.
Time passes. Grow phase.
So at this point, I think I'm just going to reclaim and play that combo every turn. I mean, it costs 3 energy and I have 3 energy per turn, so I can do this indefinitely, and that's 2 cities per turn, or 1 city and 1 town, or 2 towns per turn, only from the innate. So that's pretty good. I get a lot of minor powers also, and it looks like I have some fire cards with air, probably the best one from the elements anyway. The effect is not that exciting, 1 damage and some badlands. We are not really a damage focusing spirit, so it doesn't do much, but this is also damage and this is also 1 damage to each. Maybe this one is the best one, 3 towns. This is a good finisher. We don't have sun, but yeah, destroy 3 towns is not that bad. It could be useful here, although it adds a blight, but we have plenty of blight left. Yeah, this one has better elements. Maybe I'll take it just for the elements. Let's see. That means I could play 5, and if I so wished, I could play 3 cards and still get the first innate. Yeah, I think that's the more long-term safe. I think we are winning here. I think we are winning, so I don't think it will matter much. I probably will just play these 5 anyways, but if we're going for the long game, I think this will be the better choice in the long run. So yeah, let's play some powers.
Play powers.
So I'll play this. Do I have an option to play this? No, I cannot, because I need elements. Do I have the option to play this? I guess I do have an option here. I could play that instead of this to do 1 damage. No, it doesn't do any damage, right? You have to add a bad land, but it can add a bad land. I think I do that because I have 4 air. It should be enough to make everything fast. Well, almost everything. Everything that matters we can make fast. So let's play that.
Fast powers.
So we can make 4 things fast. Let's make this fast, and this fast. And we will play this, but let's see. We will probably play this here. We'll kill 1 city and 1 town. And then we have some problem areas. How are we going to solve those? Well, we can solve 1 by killing a town. What about the other one? We don't really have an answer to both of them. What about the build? He will build here because of 2 adjacent towns. So I guess that means we need to focus on killing this one. That's 2 fear. And now we have solved that build, and we have solved that ravage. And we have also this one to consider. He will build here, but we have the disease. So we have this ravage to think about, but okay, so maybe we have we can do something with the fear cards, or the beast might help us. Maybe we should push in some Dahan there. Maybe we'll get a defense or something from the fear. If we can solve this, we are in pretty good shape. Oh, but we have this build also from the wetlands. The wetlands will of course build because he has an explorer. So this one we need to solve. We can solve it from swarming wasps, where we can push an explorer. I think I will do that. Let's use our beast. So we can push him here, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. So now we have solved it. Now he has nor anything in here or 2 adjacent towns. And we have this one, weep for what is lost. Doesn't matter if we move him, because we have a disease. And either way he would have 2 adjacent to trigger that build. So we could wait with this, maybe make this, maybe keep this slow and use it here when he has a city. For the slow phase. Let's think about harbingers. He will ravage in the sands. We could push him in here and kill that explorer. That will save us the build next turn, because this sand will go to the build. That seems tempting. Or we could push 2 Dahan in here, and maybe will that do anything? 1 Dahan will die. And the other Dahan cannot kill the town, so that's maybe not a good idea. Let's do this then. Let's move him here, so that he can take care of the ravage. Well, he will kill him in the ravage. We'll take care of the build next turn. That's reasonable. We did not get any fear for that, because that's not a town or city there.
Event.
So we have an event. War touches the island shores. Invaders from a different faraway land assault the ones here, torching farms and bombarding cities. You may allow the attacks or help repel the newcomers. Okay, so he is going to attack in the land, in the coastal land with the most towns or cities. So that's this land. And defend, we don't have any defend. So we can either do that, we can allow the attacks. That means he will blight the island. We will have a cascade and have a blighted island. But it probably will kill, or at least one of those towns are probably going to be destroyed from that attack. I think that's that seems like a good idea, even if the blight is a little bit dangerous because he's also ravaging here. But we can cascade it to the second land. So it's only 1, 2, 3 blight we are looking at. And even if there are only 2 blights in the blight card, there is this rule that if you play the solo game, you can skip those 2 blight cards. So that would be useful. But yeah, it's a bit dangerous. But what its alternative is to pay 1 energy and get another fear card. Now we are very close to stage 3, so that we don't really want to do that if we don't need to. I think we'll take the chance and see if we can win here pretty soon. If we can kill these towns and survive, we probably should be able to handle the other towns. He will not build anything here, he will not build in the wetlands, and yeah, he will probably build here, but it will be a town then. If both dies. If one dies, there will be a city. Well, let's see what happens. Let's allow the attacks. Let's hope for a 6 damage mayor power. And of course we only get 2, so we don't even kill 1 town. That's unlucky. I think there's not many major powers that only have 2. Well, there is some, but okay. So 2 damage, 1, 2. Well, first let's. In which order are we supposed to do this? Wait. The damage to invaders and the land. So let's, okay, so the invaders first, and then we have the land. It adds a blight. We get a blight card. Still healthy island. Strong earth shatters slowly. Immediately each player adds 1 blight from this card to a land adjacent to a blight. So we have 1 blight we need to have from this cascade. So it will blight again, because we have 1 blight from this also. So where do we want the blights? I think we can add this blight maybe here. So this is the blight from this effect. And then this blight is the cascade. We can add that here. So let's pick another blight card. And we got Erosion of Will. Immediately 2 fear per player. Each spirit destroys 1 of their presence and loses 1 energy. So we lose a presence. We don't want to lose that one, but maybe we can afford losing this one. And we lose 1 energy. But most importantly, we got 2 fear, and that actually helped us. I think that was actually a good deal. I mean, we don't need presence, but we need fear. We only need 7 more fear. That seems like doable in 1 turn. And we are not even ready getting the fear from this turn. So let's see what happens next. Beasts finds new homes. Were we finished with this or everything? We destroy the lands. We have 2 damage. Yeah. Okay, so beast finds new homes. On each board, push 1 beast to an adjacent land without blight. 1 fear if invaders are present there. So we want to push this beast here, I guess, to get 1 fear. And then we have each player may push 1 Dahan to an adjacent land, doing 1 damage there. So we can push. Yeah, we want to kill that damaged town then, I guess. Each player may push 1 to an adjacent tank, doing 1 damage. And he already had 2 damage from the attack, so that means we get 1 more fear. It is shaping up. He has 3 towns left, and we have 2 fear cards at level 2.
Fear.
Retreat. Each player may push up to 3 explorer or towns from an inland land. So that means we can save this Ravage. Excellent. So we can push him somewhere. Where do we want him? Either in land 2 or maybe in land 3. I think we will put him here. No, it doesn't really matter, I think. But we want to avoid having 2 towns here. That would be less ideal, because then he would build in the wetlands. But this explorer we can push here. Can we push 2 different lands? Each player may push up to 3 from an inland land. It doesn't say where to push to. So yeah, let's push this explorer here so that we can maybe bunch them up and do the Raging Storm again. Why not? But we probably will before that, I'm suspecting. We have a second fear card. Defend 6 in all coastal lands. Invaders do not build cities in coastal lands this turn. We don't have any ravages in coastal lands, so this first effect doesn't do anything. But invaders do not build cities in coastal lands. That means he won't build that city here. And that is good news. Excellent.
Build mountains.
So in mountains we have a disease that is preventing that build, and this build does not happen.
Ravage sands.
So this Dahan takes a little bit damage, but he dies in the counterattack. And here we have no ravage. No longer.
Build wetlands.
So as I said, there will be no build here because we have only 1 town. And he will not build here either because of that fear card. It said invaders do not build cities in coastal lands this turn. So that means that he won't build there either.
Explore.
And now we are at stage 3.
Jungles and wetlands.
Jungles and wetlands. Luckily, he will only get explorers from that explorer. And he won't explore to this inland land. So I think this is it.
Slow powers.
We have now a turn where we can reclaim. We can play 5 powers and we can easily kill those towns. But let's do it in order. First we can play this, we get 2 fear. And we can push an explorer. Why not? And then we have this, if target land has badlands. Yeah, okay, let's add a badland here. And next turn.
Time passes. Grow phase. Play powers.
Play powers, and now we can reclaim. Well, growth first, sorry. First we grow, reclaim, get energy, gain power card, and let's see what we get. Call to migrate, perhaps. Why not? That doesn't really matter. So let's play powers.
Play powers.
And and we only need to have to play these 5 again, so we get to destroy 2 towns, and we can destroy another town.
Fast powers.
We can make this fast, and we can kill 1 town, and we can make this fast and kill 2 more towns. So that's it. We have a level 3 victory against England, and yeah, that's one of the more tougher adversaries, I think. So it is a good start. It bodes well for the future. So I had a lot of fun with this game, and we will continue playing Lightning. Next time will be against France, I believe. And yeah, I really love this spirit. It has a very distinctive style with all the minor powers and this thundering destruction innate. It is quite fun, but it is a bit dependent on getting these elements. I think this game I was rather lucky. I got a lot of nice powers. That really helps to get this going. If you don't get this innate with the cities, it will be difficult in the late game if you haven't killed him already. We are a bit dependent on getting good minor powers, but we get a lot of powers, and like I have extra powers here in the end that I didn't really use. So there are many opportunities to get a good hand. But let's see if we can pull up some new strategies next time against France. If you're up to it, see you then. Bye for now.